My name is Kyla Wills. I'm a social worker, and this summer I've been working on a therapeutic gardening program to offer through Rivo. So it's the first time we've been offering this program. Basically, it's designed to combine gardening with mindfulness activities, different therapeutic activities to offer to asylum seekers. How the program works. For this session, we did 8 workshops throughout the summer. We partnered with an organization called the Depot Community Food Center to use one of their community gardens in a school. So the students weren't there in the summer, meaning that we could use the garden for our own program. I'm currently here now, so you'll see some of the nice plants we've been working on. And basically, we spent the 8 sessions planning the garden with the participants. We had 7 women who were on Rivo's wait list for psychotherapy services. So we planned all the vegetables that we wanted to grow together based on our timeline and kind of the limitations that we had to work with. Then we decided together where we were going to put them in the garden. We planted them together, maintained everything over the weeks, watered everything, harvested all the vegetables that were ready in that time period, and did different activities to teach the participants how to do different techniques like trellising tomatoes, making seed bombs with wildflowers, a wide variety of different activities. The objectives of the program, like I mentioned before, was really to offer a space for the women to socialize, to engage in mutual aid with each other in solidarity, and to use nature-based activities, gardening activities, to practice mindfulness, practice emotional regulation, and to kind of reflect on their migration pathways and experiences up to this point. The impacts we've seen on the participants so far, it's been quite positive, I'd say. People have reported that they feel more relaxed. They look forward to coming each week. They look forward to seeing their friends now who are in the program. They're excited every time they see changes in the garden. And they're discovering, that they're capable of new things. Most have never gardened before and are discovering that I actually quite like it and would maybe like doing other social activities. So yeah, the impacts have been both social, psychological, positive impacts to mental health and well-being, I would say. I would say in terms of what stakeholders can keep in mind if they're looking to do a program like this would be being realistic about what you can accomplish in each session, given that everyone has different abilities, different previous experience with gardening, that you might have latecomers each session or people that are absent. And also based on how long the program is, because gardening can take time. Also important to really focus on making the program participatory so that the participants feel engaged and, they feel like it's their project, and that you're doing your best to include plants and vegetables that are culturally relevant, or, that the participants are interested in growing and eating. We've seen quite a few success stories. One that comes to mind would be one woman reported that, she experiences quite a bit of social anxiety. She doesn't usually feel comfortable in groups or participating in activities at work, for example, social activities. But after this program, she's been feeling more confident and, more prepared to kind of engage in other social activities. She's discovered, she actually likes doing stuff like this and kind of feels empowered to do that in other settings. And then A few difficulties to note that we've experienced up to now. One is the shorter timeline of the program. Like I mentioned before, gardening takes quite a bit of time. It's unlikely to see huge differences in a plant in just a week. So it's better if you can do a program over a whole season, for example, to see, all the changes that happen in the garden. Another difficulty has been managing language barriers. So, not everyone is very comfortable in French. Everyone who's an asylum seeker, usually, French is not their first language. So we've had some participants who, experience some language barriers, and so that can impact how discussions take place. And another challenge would be just managing everyone's busy schedules. So sometimes it's hard to make sure everyone's present or that people are able to come on time, and that, when there is people arriving late, that can interrupt sessions. So in the future, I would say it's definitely important to try and schedule the group at a time that works well for most people. Obviously, it's not going to work for everyone all the time, but to really try and take that into account. So that's that. Thank you for listening, and hope that you find that inspiring to include gardening programs in your own organization.